Jim Carrey has spent decades dazzling the world with his wild energy, lightning-fast humor, and unforgettable characters. From The Mask to The Truman Show, from Liar Liar to Eternal Sunshine, he carved out a legacy that no other actor could ever replicate. But today, fans around the world are shaken as Jim Carrey appears to be saying goodbye. Not because of a physical illness, but because of a heartbreaking truth he has finally opened up about. A diagnosis that he has battled privately for years: severe depression. This emotional and deeply personal struggle is something Carrey has discussed in interviews, documentaries, and public appearances, describing it as a state that once consumed him entirely. For many fans, hearing Jim admit he battled one of the darkest mental health conditions felt almost impossible to believe. How could a man who made millions laugh be hurting so deeply inside? But Jim himself has been brutally honest. He explained that the pressure of fame, the endless expectations, and the emotional wounds from his past slowly pushed him toward a breaking point. It was during this time that his depression became what he described as a long, deep sadness, a diagnosis that changed the course of his life forever. As he entered his 60s, Carrey began distancing himself from Hollywood. Interviews grew rare. Movie roles became fewer. Instead of the comedic spark fans were used to, they saw a reflective, philosophical Jim Carrey, someone seeking peace rather than applause. And then came the moment that shocked everyone. Jim announced he was ready to retire. He said plainly and powerfully, "I've done enough. I am enough." It felt like a final curtain call, a quiet goodbye to the career that once defined him. What fans did not fully realize was that this choice wasn't about fading fame. It was about survival. Carrey understood that continuing to push himself under the pressure of the spotlight could send him spiraling back into the darkest places of his diagnosis. His retreat wasn't weakness. It was self-protection. Behind this decision were years of emotional turmoil. Jim has endured painful losses, public controversies, and overwhelming personal heartbreak. These experiences forced him to reevaluate what truly mattered. Instead of chasing roles, premieres, and awards, Jim turned toward painting, meditation, spirituality, and healing. He sought a life away from cameras, a life where he could confront his depression head-on, rather than hide it behind a mask of comedy. And so today, Jim Carrey stands at a crossroads. A living legend quietly stepping out of the spotlight, not because he wants to leave, but because he finally learned the value of peace. His goodbye isn't about defeat. It's about choosing himself for the first time in a long time. Fans may miss the outrageous characters, the laughter, the iconic performances. But Jim Carrey has given the world more than enough. His legacy is eternal. And now, he is writing a new chapter. One defined not by Hollywood, but by healing.